Duluth democracy protest continues as the 50-51 movement speaks out across the nation. Duluthians are making sure to be heard as they gathered at the intersection of Lake Avenue and Superior Street to address what they cite as a growing threat to American liberty perpetuated by the Trump administration. Going on to say Trump's overreach and failure to provide due process is unconstitutional and is a danger to democracy. While the 50-51 protest took place, another protest in Hayward, Wisconsin, saw over 50 people rally on Democracy Corner, organized by Hands On for Hands Off this morning, waving signs against Trump, getting cheers, honks, and waves as people drove along Highway 63 and 27 South.